Hello, and welcome to the first Olive Press TV Roundup of 2020. Our front pages this week have seen a leading pool expert fly in to investigate the tragic drownings of 3 British holidaymakers on Christmas Eve. We've been tracking an alleged conman in the Costa Blanca and covered the successful investiture of Pedro Sanchez following 2 general elections last year. This episode, we start the year on some good news: how Spain slashed its reliance on coal-powered electricity. In 2002, coal supplied 90% of all Spanish electricity, but in 2019, usage dropped dramatically to just 5% of the energy mix. That meant 33.3% fewer carbon emissions for your lights, your IPTV, pool pumps and hair straighteners or whatever, compared with 2018. The clean energy measures were one of the Socialist Workers' Party's first major policies. But how did they do it? Well, in a speech to the Davos Economic Forum, Sanchez said that tackling climate change should not be something that instills fear. His party rolled out a progressive just transition deal in October 2018 that would see 3 out of every 4 Spanish coal miners out of a job, but not out of pocket within months. 250 million euros was earmarked to Spain's coal mining regions concentrated in the north and the northwest, providing early retirement packages to those over 48, severance packages to younger miners, and retraining programs to make them the first in line for clean energy jobs. Teresa Rivera, Spain's Minister for Ecological Transition, said they wanted to leave no one behind, with plans that would see over 60% of miners qualifying for government handouts. The plans were largely forced by EU directives that cut Spain's 21.8 billion annual subsidies to prop up the failing coal mine sector, and these came into effect on January 1st, 2019. The EU also set up the world's first carbon trading market 15 years ago that now taxes member states €25 per tonne of CO2 released each year. At the same time, Sanchez rolled back the so-called sun tax that crippled solar panel installations at home, and along with large infrastructure developments, progressive measures meant that in 2019, 36.8% of all electricity was powered by renewable energy in Spain, and 58.6% of electricity was carbon neutral, according to the Red Eléctrica de España. On December the 14th, 21st, 22nd, 24th and 25th, Spain burnt 0 coal whatsoever, and the Just Transition deal behind it has been hailed as an example for governments around the world. Speaking with Vice News last year, the Secretary for Extractive Industries of the CCOO Union, Jesus Crespo, said the mining sector has fought the hardest to stop these measures coming into effect. But you can't fight all your life. Coal is bad, it's dirty, people don't want it, we don't have political support, and coal miners have an expiration date. He added, however, that the industry succeeded in getting protections for mine workers through the incentivised layoffs and early retirement provisions. So that insight concludes our weekly roundup. Enjoy the weekend, and we shall be back next week with another look at what's going on in sunny Spain. This is Joshua Parfitt, reporter for the Costa Blanca region of Spain's most popular online website, The Olive Press. Goodbye.